As the full moon rose, the stars came out to play. But two old rivals were no longer playing around.
Jimmy Johnson goes for a spin, slides backwards into the outside retaining wall.
Looks like the 22 had the left front locked up there, Jimmy, so I got into you.
Would he just get loose under the 48 and get into him?
22 dumped the 48.
Kurt just dumped Jimmy? Looked like that, but I don't know that he did it on purpose.
With that caution we had earlier, where is that guy?
Trouble in turn number 2. Jimmy Johnson is around. Kurt Busch is around.
What a chump, what a chump. Is that a 5 chump? Yeah, it is. I got your number. I got your number.
How bad is it, boss?
Yeah, we probably heard it this time.
Take it to the garage. Take it to the garage. You want something to eat? Want a knuckle sandwich?
The 2011 Richmond race saw drivers just lose their mind. There were so many instances, so many rivalries that were born in this one race. Never in my life have I seen so many tempers being boiled over in one race.
Right on the bottom of the racetrack, they'll be side by side down the back straightaway. Ooh, man, that was tight off turn 2. He's got him. I believe he's got him this time. Oh, he turned him.
No.
Oh, he turned him.
No.
No, no.
Now here comes Clint Boyer to take the yellow flag.
Oh, no.
Something I would never want to do as a race car driver is wreck the most popular driver in NASCAR, because when that happens, you will instantly become hated and disliked among over 80% of the fan base. And this is what happened to Kyle Busch during the 2008 Richmond race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. did return the favor months later.
In the fall back to May. This is really impressive. He's able to hang this time. They've been working on that car. They got together.
And Kyle Busch goes around.
Didn't wait 185 laps, Dale. I guess I was wrong about that.
I think you meant 2 laps.
Twice today. But it looked like just hard racing to me. So there's certainly going to be different opinions.
One inside, stay low, keep digging there. Caution's not out. If he holds me up and I see him in my rear view again, he's going firewall deep.
Oh, boy.
Hold on. He just drove it right up there into you, buddy. Meant to do it.
Oh, man. How ridiculous to want to be father's paws. Come on, Freddie. Wheel.
Holy smokes.
I want to see the replay before I say anything stupid, but he might need to take some Adderall for that one. But all in all, a great day for our Click and Close Chevrolet Camaro Z01 team. Just an incredible experience for me to be able to be here for my first.
What are you seeing here?
He says I cut his tire down. Looks like the same movie he pulled on Blaney at Martinsville. But hey, we edged him out. We beat him, so it's all good. But hey, we're Daytona 500, and put that aside. My nerves are shot up right now. The king comes in all mad at me and says, after all I've told you, what was the first rule that I told you to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I lost my breath. And he says, don't wreck the car. And
Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch's careers have great parallels to one another. Both are Cup Series champions and both have great resumes. But even in the mid-2010s, they did not like each other. At Darlington, Kyle Busch intentionally crashed Kevin Harvick after a wreck started with Clint Boyer. Harvick was so upset he chased Busch around the racetrack and back into pit road up until Busch would send Harvick's car towards the inside pit wall as Harvick got out of his race car.
And they are still stopped way up at the turn 4 end of pit road as Regan Smith does his victory lap. And Harvick's going to put the steering wheel back on.
I think Harvick was getting ready to hop out of that thing. I think somebody must have gotten to him. No,
wheels off again. Here he comes.
He says, okay, this is enough. I'm going back here and we're going to have a little talk. And there goes his car. That car just took off. Holy smoly.
It's the last lap.
He hit it. Into the wall.
Logano goes by.
Wow.
White flag. One lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Wow.
No, I mean, we were really close off of 2, and I think it spooked him and got him tight, and he was right against the wall, and I got the lead. And he's just an idiot. I mean, he does this stuff all the time. I've seen it with other guys, and I mean, he drove in there 10 mile an hour too fast.
Joey Logano is definitely by far one of the most aggressive drivers on the racetrack. If you put him in a position to win, he will either move you or crash you. And this is what he did to William Byron during the 2022 Darlington Mother's Day race. He sent it in there to William Byron, didn't lift, and used Byron as a brake pedal. He ended up hitting Byron into the wall and costing Byron a good finish. This was coming to the white flag.
Has sent the 20 to the end of the longest line for aggressive driving.
Yeah, you don't drive all the way across the racetrack like that unless you're after somebody. So NASCAR made a call, aggressive driving. It's just, it seems a little bit ironic that this is the driver that started all that after the Bud shootout about guys being too aggressive and causing problems. Yeah, a lot of cars missed this wreck.
Oh my goodness. Bobby Labonte getting by on the inside. We saw Mike Wallace go by on the outside. Dale Jarrett back in the 88.
Check out what happened. There's Tony. Wow, man. Well, it doesn't get more blatant than that.
And look at this. Up across the track. How emotional is Tony Stewart? This is his onboard camera. A few minutes ago.
During the 2006 Daytona 500, Tony Stewart's temper boiled over at Matt Kenseth as he sent Kenseth going over 180 miles an hour into the Turn 3 grass, sending him sliding back up the racetrack in a very dangerous position. Needless to say, Kenseth was extremely unhappy on the radio and showed his displeasure as he was exiting the pits. Tony Stewart would be black flagged for rough driving.
Harrison and Jimmy, Robbie is saying on his radio that you missed a shift. What happened?
Just like every form of racing he's ever been in, it's always somebody else's fault. He had me turn sideways before we even took the green. I didn't even have a chance to grab a gear. He was beating my bumper cover off me coming to the green because he wanted to restart in front of me. I'm trying to get my lap back as well, so he's just crying up a river like he always does. It's a shame. We got a chance to win the championship and we get spun out before we even take the green on a restart. It's wrong.
You can see the frustrations running high down here in the garage area, guys.
Do that several times. Just turn that thing down to the bottom line.
And Harvick and Logano taking their frustrations out in sheet metal as they come to pit road. And now there will be a discussion.
You notice that Harvick hadn't taken his helmet off.
No, but I like that the crew members, while standing guard, they're content to let the two drivers talk it out. Here is the cause of the upset between Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, when I said that I thought Harvick's car might be aerodynamically challenged getting into turn 3, I thought that's what put it up the racetrack. But I think you can see a lot like what Jamie McMurray was talking about. My car don't turn so good, my rear wheels are off the ground. Well, he's watched the video. He also had a conversation. What was the discussion with Harvick?
It's Kevin being Kevin, like he is the instigator, like everywhere else we go. So, New Year, same stuff. But, it's trying to help, really, to be honest with you. We had a run, he's going to keep pushing, and apparently his car was tight. I was doing the same thing with the 78 all night, and it was working. But we got in the quarter, and he got tight, and he got into the fence, and I was just trying to help, and he doesn't understand I was trying to help. I understand his frustration, but I was just trying to help out and try to get to the front and try to win this thing. It's no points or anything like that. You go for the win. The second place, third place, fourth place doesn't mean anything. So we're just trying everything we can do.
All right, thanks, Joey. Chris?
Well, Kevin Harvick not happy with the 22, pushing you up into the wall there, and it got pretty heated. What did you say to Joey?
I just told him I didn't appreciate it. You know where you can push and how you can push and how far you can push, and you can't push them all the way into the corner up against the fence. So just proud of my Jimmy John's guys. They fixed the car and did everything they needed to do. It was a hell of a race tonight, but just really dumb driving there at the end. So you got to be aggressive, but you still got to use your head. You can't just detach it.
Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick have got into it multiple times in their career, but none will be more iconic as this one because it wasn't even for a points race. During the Sprint Unlimited during the 2015 season, Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick were pushing one another, and they both tagged each other into the wall. Post-race, they were both upset with one another and had a post-race discussion on pit road.
You can see Custer just couldn't get the car turned to the bottom, maybe loose in, Kevin?
Yeah, sometimes when they get loose in, or you get on a splitter and you just can't get the thing to turn, or you don't want to turn the thing because you feel like it might spin out that you don't really want to see. That's kind of Saturday night stuff there. It's racing, stuff happens.
Austin Dillon to the garage, done for the day, and NASCAR has requested to see both he and crew chief Justin Alexander after the race.
30 miles an hour as they enter turn 3, and bumper goes to the back of the 11 again.
Way up the racetrack.
Oh, into the wall goes the 11. The 24. A 7/10 of a second lead over Martin Truex Jr. And there went the tire. The 11 goes into the wall.
Sit up there. Sit up there.
I mean, each person has their own opinion of how they do things, and it just proves to the people that thought I was a bad guy that he would do the exact same thing under the same circumstances. So I mean, it's part of racing. It's I got into him and he chose to retaliate, and so I'm in the garage, and that's the way it is. Not really. No, I won't, but we'll do the best we can to go out there and win Homestead, and make sure our competition doesn't.
Glad you're okay. Denny, done for the day, done for the championship.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to race guys how they race me and keep a smile on my face regardless. So happy to race guys how they choose to race me, and that's the way I see it.
He finally made the pass.
Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott started their rivalry all the way back in 2017. Elliott got wrecked at Martinsville, and he returned the favor 2 weeks later on Denny Hamlin in one of the most cleanest payback moves I have ever seen. He sent Hamlin into the wall by barely touching him and ultimately cutting Hamlin's tire. This would knock Hamlin out of the playoffs and out of contention for a championship. Throughout his career, Bubba Larson into the wall head-on at Las Vegas. Larson had put Wallace in the wall, and Wallace returned the favor instantly, sending Larson spinning head-on into the outside retaining wall, sending him across the racetrack. Kyle Larson was uninjured, and Bubba Wallace was uninjured.
Big battle off of turn 4 here.
And into the wall goes Bubba Wallace. And he comes back across the track, tags the 5. They're both in the wall. The caution comes out.
Flips the 20 car of Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell hard into the outside wall.
Then they go. Literally, Bubba Wallace, obviously, exceptionally frustrated. NASCAR trying to get him calmed down.
And a crash on the front stretch. Carl Edwards and Clint Boyer are in it. In the championship standings.
Ooh, Tony almost got in the fence.
Then came down and got Boyer, and that took out Carl Edwards.
Looked to me like Stewart was mad at Boyer
and
drove into Boyer.
That's what it looked like.
Tony Stewart would be black flagged again for rough driving, but this time it was at Pocono during the 2006 season. He hit Carl Edwards coming off of turn number 3 at Pocono, sending him into Clint Boyer and ultimately causing himself more damage than he had to begin with. The 06 season was pretty eventful if you ask me. It also had a rivalry between Matt Kenseth and Jeff Gordon. Matt Kenseth spun Jeff Gordon out during the spring Bristol race, and Gordon returned the favor at Chicagoland when they were battling for the win with just a handful of laps to go. Gordon overdrove turn 1, got into Kenseth, sent him spinning, and took home the checkered flag.
Jeff Gordon just got by Matt Kenseth for third space.
Oh, and look at this. The 24 just went around.
He's not happy with Matt Kenseth.
In Chicago, the 24's second win was served with a side dish of revenge.
Gordon is there, and he is wanting the lead.
Oh! Kenseth goes around off the front end of Gordon.
Yeah, a lot of contact here, and both drivers very aggressive on the front stretch, and then Bubba Wallace, after the 18 went by him, just decided, well, you're not gonna go any further around this turn. I'm going to spin you.
Wallace and Kyle Busch beating and banging down the front stretch. A big shot by Kyle Busch. Bubba Wallace says, I don't care. You're done. I'm sending you into turn 1, and listen.
Bubba Wallace actually got cheered for this move. Him and Kyle Busch were banging doors down the front stretch at Watkins Glen, and he would have none of it. He ended up spinning Kyle Busch and continued on his race.
one of the most frustrating.
Trouble. Riley Herbst spinning. Right at the start-finish line.
Got Haley a little bit upset at him.
You're saying we need to rewind the tape a little further?
And there's more to that story.
Let's hope that something else happened, because that seems like a pretty big reaction for just the air getting you loose off of turn 3.
Yeah.
He'll take the lead away in turn 1.
24 just moved to 2.
He'll come back and give us a shot, cross us over, and he'll wreck us. Yep.
Trouble on the front straightaway. Kurt Busch turns Jeff Gordon around, and Gordon makes hard contact with the inside retaining wall.
Jeff Gordon and Kurt Busch. Actually, Jeff Gordon and the 2-car have always had a rivalry. This time it was with Kurt Busch at Martinsville. Jeff Gordon was spun out by Kurt Busch during the 2010 Martinsville race, and he was extremely upset.
Is Logano faster in the bottom than Chase is up top?
Oh, yes he is. He's going to get that lead.
But can he keep it? 3 to go.
Wow, what a battle here. They touch.
Little bump and run there from Chase Elliott. They're up and in the wall. Here comes Keselowski.
Wow.
And Kyle Busch. Oh, my goodness.
Well, Chase just sent it in there, got loose, took them both out.
So here's the conversation.
Really trying to walk through the steps, explain from each angle or the perspective that they had.
I'm afraid, Jeff, they're going to have to agree to disagree.
No doubt about it, Mike.
On the black flag. He's turning Clint Boyer into the wall, collecting Joey Logano. Caution flag is out.
That was a real act of a champion.
Almirola slides in. Did the leader take the white flag before the caution came out?
Slip into the garage, straight right. Fire's gone, fire's gone. Yeah, the fire's back.
Late lapse retaliation.
Fire if you want to stop right there. There's a fire truck that get to you if you stop right there.
Well, they said they were let them have at it. That's having at it right there. That's a year's worth of frustration.
Oh, conflict. The crews are in it. And somewhere in the middle of that is Jeff Gordon.
I'm sure Clint Boyer wants his opportunity at this. Can't really blame him.
That's stupid.
Well, the tempers have boiled over here in Phoenix after late race contact between Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyer, and then a payback. And there are going to be a lot of visitors to the NASCAR transporter after the race. Boyer's crew chief, Boyer. Gordon's crew chief, Gordon. I'll bet the team owners are in there too.
This cost Boyer a lot. It was going to be third in points, just
with still an opportunity.
Yeah, with an opportunity, just a few points behind Jimmy Johnson. He was maybe 7 or 8 points as they were running behind Jimmy Johnson.
The race has been red flagged, by the way.
And there's a fight between Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison. The tempers overflowing. They're angry. They know they have lost. And what a bitter defeat.
A couple of very hard men, very hardly upset. And Bobby Allison is stopped by his brother to help.
This is what just took place.
Clearly the 22 is lapping the 20, and 20 obviously intentionally wrecked him. And like what happened the week before was more than 2 weeks before was more than it should have been, and just flat wrecked him.
And then we had so much damage on the right front. I should have probably just put it in the garage. I just got into one and couldn't get it to turn, and ran Joey over. So disappointing end for sure.
Joey said it was a complete coward move on your part. Your reaction to that?
I don't have any comments for that. Sometimes you get put in these spots, and you know, you gotta try to keep respect in the garage area. You can't get yourself ran over. You can't get in the chase next year and get ran over for the same reason. So, like I said, I hate the way it ended. Wish we were out there celebrating or having a shot for the win like we did before we got wrecked. So, disappointing day.
Here is just a complete coward move, especially for a championship race car driver and race team. Just complete coward. I don't have anything else to say. It's a chicken, you know what move to completely take out the leader when your race is over. And you know, we'll move on. We're going to work hard, and we're going to get our car back out there, hopefully, and we just got to win.
Joey, between then and now, had you made any attempt at all to try to resolve the situation with Matt?
They won't let me get to him.
I'm still coming. I'm still coming to the party.
Guy, don't cut him a break. He didn't cut me one at Texas.
What'd he say?
There we go.
What'd he say?
He said, don't cut him a break. He didn't cut me one in Texas. The three-piece suit is funny tonight.
Sometimes.
Don't pull a punch.
Sometimes that dirt racing gets in the way.
Here we go. Yeah, I think he's expecting maybe that Reddick's going to be lower on the racetrack.
Yeah, that's two guys going for the same piece of asphalt. Used to be teammates at RCR.
Big hit.
Oh, helmet thrown at Reddick.
Angry.
Was the helmet throw enough, or do you need to talk to Tyler?
No, I just need to start wrecking some people.
There you have it. Austin Dillon not happy.
Stay low. Watch him to come off the fence. Keep coming. Why the f would he check up? Decides to wreck me under caution. He can go kiss my ass. You.
Not jump to restart, but when he went to the throttle, he leaped out there and got the car all by himself. That was a pretty amazing job.
Timed it just right. And it is a tradition for Brad to want the American flag for his victory lap.